Respect isn't something you can buy, beg for, or force. It's something you earn through your actions, your mindset, and the way you carry yourself. But here's the harsh truth. Most people don't get the respect they want because they don't understand what truly commands it. They think being nice, agreeable, or doing favors will make others respect them. They believe that if they work harder, give more, or constantly prove themselves, people will automatically appreciate them. But that's not how respect works. Respect is rooted in psychology and the way human beings naturally respond to strength, confidence, and authority. The moment you walk into a room, before you even say a word, people are already making judgments about you. They're picking up on your energy, your posture, your level of self-belief. If you don't radiate a sense of self-assuredness, if you don't carry yourself with purpose, people will instinctively see you as someone they can overlook. It's not personal, it's just how the world works. Look around at the people who command instant respect. They don't plead for it. They don't explain themselves. They don't try to convince others of their worth. They just are. They exude an inner strength, a quiet power that makes people sit up and take notice. That power isn't about arrogance or intimidation, it's about presence. It's about the way you move, the way you speak, the way you react to the world around you. But most people never develop this presence because they're too busy seeking approval. They think if they just fit in, if they avoid conflict, if they always say the right things, then they'll be respected. The reality, that approach does the exact opposite. The more you try to please everyone, the less people take you seriously. When you constantly seek validation, you send a message that says, I need your approval to feel valuable. And the moment people sense that, they instinctively place themselves above you. They may like you, they may enjoy your company, but respect, that's a different story. So what's the alternative? How do you break free from the cycle of seeking respect and start earning it naturally? It starts with one thing, certainty. When you're certain about who you are, what you stand for, and what you bring to the table, people can feel it. When you walk with purpose, when you speak with conviction, when you carry yourself like someone who doesn't need to be liked but demands to be respected, everything changes. Think about the most respected figures in history. Were they the ones who constantly sought approval? Were they the ones who tried to please everyone? No, they were the ones who stood firm in their beliefs, who didn't waver in the face of opposition, who carried themselves with unwavering confidence. And that's what you have to cultivate within yourself. Respect begins with self-respect. If you don't respect yourself, your time, your values, your boundaries, how can you expect anyone else to? Too many people tolerate disrespect because they're afraid of confrontation, afraid of losing people, afraid of standing alone. But here's the truth. The moment you start enforcing your standards, the moment you make it clear that you will not accept anything less than what you deserve, you'll notice a shift. Some people will fall away, and that's okay, because the ones who remain will be the ones who truly respect you. It's not about being the loudest in the room. It's not about dominating conversations or proving yourself to others. It's about knowing your worth so deeply that you never feel the need to explain it. It's about carrying yourself with a quiet strength that makes people take notice, that makes them instinctively understand they can't walk over you, they can't ignore you, they must respect you. The world doesn't give respect freely. You have to command it. And that starts with you. Before you even say a word, your body has already spoken for you. The way you stand, the way you move, the way you make eye contact, it all sends a message about who you are and how you expect to be treated. Respect isn't just about what you say, it's about what you silently communicate. The people who command respect don't rely on words alone. They let their presence do the talking. Think about the last time you were in a room with someone who instantly commanded attention. They weren't necessarily the loudest person. They didn't have to demand the spotlight. But somehow when they walked in, people noticed. They moved with purpose. Their posture was strong. Their gaze was steady. Their energy filled the room without effort. That's the silent power of body language, and it's one of the most overlooked aspects of earning respect. Most people sabotage themselves without realizing it. They slouch, avoid eye contact, fidget, or make themselves small in social situations. They fold their arms tightly, look down, or shift nervously when they speak. These behaviors send subconscious signals that scream insecurity, doubt, and hesitation. And when people sense that, they instinctively place you in a lower position in their minds. It's not a conscious decision, it's just human nature. But the good news, you can change this instantly. You don't need years of practice to adjust your body language. A few simple shifts can transform the way people perceive you. It starts with posture. When you walk into a room, stand tall. Keep your shoulders back, your chest open, and your chin slightly raised. This isn't just about looking confident, it's about feeling confident. Your body and mind are connected. When you hold yourself with strength, your mind follows. You start to feel the respect you're projecting and others respond to it. Eye contact is another powerful tool. Most people either avoid eye contact because they're nervous or overcompensate by staring too intensely, which can come off as aggressive. The key is controlled, steady eye contact. When you speak to someone, look them in the eyes long enough to create a connection, but not so long that it becomes uncomfortable. When you listen, don't just wait for your turn to speak, really focus on the other person. People can tell when you're truly present, and that alone earns respect. Your movement should also be deliberate. Avoid fidgeting, shifting too much, or making rapid, jerky motions. These habits make you appear uncertain, like you're seeking approval. Instead, move with purpose. When you gesture, make it natural but controlled. When you walk, don't rush or shuffle, walk as if you belong wherever you are. Confidence isn't just about what you say, it's about how you exist in a space. One of the biggest mistakes people make is mirroring submission. They laugh at jokes they don't find funny, not excessively, or shrink themselves to avoid seeming dominant. But the people who get respect don't over-explain themselves. They don't feel the need to fill every silence with words. They know that stillness, calmness, and control are powerful. When you sit, take up space, don't hunch over or make yourself small. When you stand, plant your feet firmly, as if you're grounded in confidence. Respect isn't about aggression or intimidation, it's about certainty. When you master your body language, you shift how the world responds to you. You stop asking for respect and start commanding it. And once you do, you'll realize that words are secondary, because people will feel your presence before they ever hear your voice. If there's one trait that instantly commands respect, it's integrity. Integrity isn't just about honesty, it's about being someone whose words and actions always align. It's about being reliable, standing on your principles, and never compromising your values for approval. People might admire intelligence, power, or success, but what they truly respect is someone who is consistent, trustworthy, and unshakable in their character. In a world where most people bend their values to fit in, those who stand firm are rare. Most people say one thing and do another. They make promises they don't keep. They act differently depending on who they're around. But when someone walks with integrity, you know exactly who they are, no matter the situation, no matter the pressure. That consistency builds an unshakable foundation of respect, because deep down everyone knows how rare it is to meet someone who truly means what they say and stands by it. Integrity means you don't compromise your character for temporary gains. You don't lie to make yourself look better. You don't betray others for personal advantage. You don't go back on your word because it's inconvenient. You operate with a level of self-respect that forces others to respect you too. Because when people see that you are unmovable in your values, they know you are someone to be taken seriously. One of the strongest signs of integrity is doing the right thing, even when no one is watching. Anyone can put on a front when people are paying attention, but real integrity is revealed in the quiet moments, in the decisions you make when there's no recognition, no applause, no reward. It's in how you treat people who can't offer you anything in return. It's in the way you handle pressure, temptation, and difficult choices. And that's what earns real respect, not just from others, but from yourself. Respect isn't just about how people see you, it's about how you see yourself. When you operate with integrity, you move differently. You speak with confidence because you have nothing to hide. You carry yourself with certainty because you don't have to remember different versions of the truth. You sleep peacefully at night because you know you've lived in alignment with your values. That kind of inner strength radiates outward, and people recognize it immediately. But here's the catch: integrity can't be faked. You can act confident, but if your actions don't match your words, people will eventually see through you. You can demand respect, but if you're inconsistent, dishonest, or easily swayed, no one will truly respect you. That's why integrity is the one trait that instantly earns respect, because it's real and people can feel it. At the end of the day, respect is not just about how others treat you, it's about how you carry yourself. When you live with integrity, when you refuse to compromise your character, when you become a person who keeps their word no matter what, you won't need to ask for respect. It will follow you naturally. The way you speak determines whether people tune in or tune out. It's not just about the words you choose, it's about the way you deliver them. Some people talk a lot but say nothing. Others speak rarely, yet every word carries weight. The difference? Presence, conviction, and control. People who command respect don't raise their voices to be heard. They don't rush their words out of nervousness. They don't fill the silence with meaningless chatter. Instead, they speak with purpose. They understand that true power comes from measured speech, from knowing when to talk and when to remain silent. When they do speak, they do so with confidence, never seeking approval, never second-guessing their words. One of the biggest mistakes people make is talking too much. When you speak excessively without adding value, people stop listening. They start waiting for you to finish instead of being engaged in what you're saying. The most respected individuals know that fewer words spoken with intention carry far more power than an endless stream of filler conversation. They choose their words wisely. They know that silence, when used effectively, can be just as impactful as speech. Tone is another critical factor. It's not just what you say, it's how you say it. People with weak voices, uncertain tones, or apologetic speech patterns struggle to command respect. If your voice wavers, if your sentences sound like questions instead of statements, if you constantly add "you know," or "does that make sense?" at the end of your sentences, you unknowingly weaken your authority. Confident people own their words. They speak in a way that suggests certainty. They don't rush, they don't hesitate. Their tone is steady, calm, and controlled. Pauses are also a powerful tool. Most people fear silence in conversations, so they rush to fill every gap. But true communicators understand the power of the pause. A well-placed pause after a key statement forces people to process what was just said. It commands attention. It signals that what you're saying is important. It keeps people engaged, hanging on to your next words. When you pause deliberately, you show dominance over the conversation. You show that you're in control. Eye contact, body language, and vocal delivery all work together. You can have the most powerful words in the world, but if you deliver them with weak body language or nervous energy, they lose impact. When you speak, own the space you're in. Look people in the eyes. Slow down. Let your words land. The goal isn't to impress people with how much you can say, it's to leave an impact with the words you choose. Speak less, but make every word matter. When you master this, people will not only listen when you talk, they'll respect what you say. Respect isn't just about how you present yourself to the world, it's about the discipline you carry within. The people who command real respect aren't just confident, they are in control of themselves. They don't let emotions dictate their actions. They don't make excuses. They don't give in to laziness, distractions, or the easy way out. Instead, they hold themselves to a higher standard, and that's what sets them apart. Self-discipline is one of the most underrated yet powerful forces in earning respect. When people see that you are a person of discipline, someone who follows through on their commitments, who stays focused, who refuses to be swayed by temporary emotions, they instinctively respect you. Because discipline is rare. Most people take the path of least resistance. They say they'll do something but never follow through. They start strong but give up the moment things get difficult. They let their emotions control them, reacting impulsively instead of acting intentionally. But look at the individuals who are truly respected in society. They don't operate that way. They have a level of control that others admire, even if they don't always understand it. They wake up early, stick to their goals, and show up even when they don't feel like it. They don't let laziness, fear, or external pressure dictate their actions. This consistency is what makes people take them seriously. When you are disciplined, people know they can rely on you. They see that you are different, that you have something most people lack. One of the clearest ways to see self-discipline in action is through emotional control. When you lack discipline, you react to everything: anger, frustration, disappointment, distractions. You lose focus because your emotions dictate your decisions. But when you master self-discipline, you remain calm, composed, and intentional. You don't let small inconveniences throw you off track. You don't overreact or waste time on things that don't matter. Instead, you stay focused on your mission. And that focus makes people respect you. Discipline also builds credibility. When you say you're going to do something and you actually follow through, people trust you. They know that your word means something. But when you constantly break your own commitments, whether to yourself or others, people stop taking you seriously. They may like you, but they won't respect you. Because respect isn't about being liked, it's about being reliable, consistent, and strong. It's easy to be motivated for a day or a week. Anyone can start strong, but discipline is what keeps you going long after the motivation fades. It's what separates those who wish from those who achieve. And when people see that level of commitment, that level of control, they can't help but respect it. Because deep down, everyone knows how hard discipline is. They know that most people will never master it. So when they see someone who has, they instinctively recognize that person as different, as worthy of respect. Discipline is a silent force. It doesn't announce itself, but it speaks louder than words. It shapes your reputation, your results, and the way the world responds to you. If you want to be respected, master yourself first, because the world follows those who are in control not just of others, but of themselves. Respect isn't something you chase, it's something you become. The moment you stop seeking approval, the moment you stop trying to prove yourself to others, is the moment people start respecting you. The biggest mindset shift you can make is understanding that respect is a byproduct of how you see yourself. If you don't respect yourself, neither will anyone else. Most people go through life reacting to how others treat them. If someone disrespects them, they get defensive. If someone doubts them, they feel the need to prove their worth. But the most respected people don't operate that way. They don't get caught up in emotional reactions. They don't waste time convincing people of their value. They know their worth so deeply that it doesn't shake them when others don't see it. When you operate from a place of internal respect, everything about you changes. Your energy, your tone, your presence, it all shifts. You stop apologizing for being who you are. You stop shrinking yourself to make others comfortable. You stop tolerating disrespect, not because you're angry, but because you simply don't entertain it. People pick up on this. They sense when someone is completely unshaken, unbothered, and unfazed by outside opinions. And that's when they start to respect you. One of the key mindset shifts for commanding respect is understanding that you set the standard for how people treat you. If you allow people to walk over you, if you laugh off disrespect, if you accept less than what you deserve, then you're sending a message, this is what I allow. But the moment you enforce your standards, the moment you start expecting respect instead of begging for it, people adjust. They either rise to your level or they leave. Either way, you win. Another major shift is not explaining yourself. The need to explain, justify, or overexpress your thoughts comes from a place of insecurity. The most respected people say what they mean and leave it at that. They don't try to persuade others to understand them. They don't over-explain their decisions. They simply act with conviction, and people respect that. Because when someone speaks with certainty, it creates an undeniable sense of authority. Confidence isn't arrogance, it's certainty. And certainty is what makes people take you seriously. It's not about being the loudest, the toughest, or the most dominant. It's about knowing who you are, standing firm in your values, and never compromising your self-respect for the sake of approval. When you embrace this mindset, you stop seeking respect and start attracting it effortlessly. People will feel it in your presence. They will see it in your actions. And most importantly, you will no longer need their validation because you will have already given it to yourself. At the end of the day, respect isn't something you demand, it's something you embody. It's not about being the loudest person in the room, forcing people to acknowledge you, or constantly proving your worth. True respect comes when you carry yourself in a way that leaves no room for anything less. It's not just about how others see you, it's about how you see yourself. Every action you take, every word you speak, every way you respond to life's challenges, these things define the level of respect you command. The most respected people don't waste time chasing approval. They don't let small-minded people shake their confidence. They don't react emotionally to disrespect because they already know their worth. And when you reach that level of self-assurance, everything changes. You have to walk through this world with certainty. Not arrogance, not entitlement, but certainty. The certainty that you are enough, that you deserve respect, and that you will never settle for anything less than what aligns with your values. That certainty comes from discipline, from self-awareness, from making choices that demand respect rather than hoping for it. But here's the truth, not everyone will respect you. Some people will doubt you. Some will try to undermine you. Some will resent the confidence you carry. That's fine, because respect isn't about being liked. It's not about making everyone comfortable. It's about holding your ground, staying true to yourself, and not lowering your standards just to fit in. The right people will recognize your strength. The wrong people will remove themselves. Either way, you win. One of the biggest mistakes people make is waiting for permission to be respected. They think that one day, after enough success, after enough achievements, after enough approval from others, they'll finally be respected. But respect isn't something you wait for, it's something you claim. You decide today, right now, that you will move differently. You will speak with purpose, stand with confidence, and live with discipline. And from that moment on, people will have no choice but to acknowledge it. The world respects those who respect themselves first. It's that simple. Every time you compromise your values, every time you tolerate disrespect, every time you shrink yourself to make others comfortable, you weaken the respect you command. But every time you enforce your standards, move with purpose, and refuse to settle, you reinforce your worth. So as you step forward, ask yourself, are you living in a way that demands respect? Or are you still waiting for others to give you what only you can claim? Walk with strength, speak with confidence, and live with purpose. Because the moment you start carrying yourself like someone who is worthy of respect, the world will have no choice but to recognize it.